Hi lovelies, so welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda's channel. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you will be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, to my channel members, you guys are the real MVP. Alright lovelies, let's dive into today's video. So lovelies, I came across this video on my For You page on TikTok, and I thought to share with you guys where internet is actually shaking to the fact that the man who unalived Elijah McClain was actually set free, like after spending few days. Guys, I'm just going to roll it, as well as some of other stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes, lovelies. Alright lovelies, let's dive into it.
The man who killed Elijah McClain just walked free. The man who killed Elijah McClain just walked free. He served 119 days. He had a 5-year sentence. Oh, and he's the one that injected him directly, right? And he was convicted of another charge, which was the most serious one, which was there was no legitimate medical reason to give him ketamine in the first place. Okay? He died for wearing a ski mask and being black. That's what he died for. And he was convicted. I don't have a damn thing to give you. Look, I don't have any points to make. There's nothing I can add to the conversation. What possible unusual circumstance could it be? Tell me that. Look, okay, I'm so sorry to his mother.
Elijah McClain was worth exactly 119 days. An entire human being's life is worth 119 days of a 5-year sentence. Because this jackass injected him in the neck with ketamine for no fucking reason. The shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. Elijah McClain, a black man with a ski mask because of a skin condition, was stopped by the police because he was a black man wearing a ski mask who has a skin condition. He was roughed up by the police and was injected with ketamine by a EMT, and his life was worth exactly 119 days. 119 days. The way the American justice system works, or the way it's advertised to work, goes something like this. You commit a crime, and murder obviously is a crime. Obviously is a crime. You are arrested for that crime. You are charged with that crime. You have a chance to bail out, or you will end up being held because you cannot bail out until the trial happens. If you can't afford a lawyer, one is provided for you, public defender, things of that nature. You go on trial. Evidence is shown. The prosecutor shows the evidence. The defense tries to dispute evidence and bring up their own witnesses, this, that, and the third. A jury then either convicts you or acquits you. If they convict you, then the judge hands down sentencing. Now that's how the justice system is advertised to work. But when it comes to black folks who are harmed, hurt, maimed, injured, or killed at the hands of the law enforcement apparatus in this motherfucking country, this is how justice works. A black person not doing anything is killed by a cop. The prosecutor who works with the cop didn't just like, hey, we're not going to charge the cop. And that's the end. If they are charged, like in the case of this EMT, who had absolutely no reason whatsoever to put ketamine in the system of Elijah McClain, they're arrested reluctantly. They are charged reluctantly. They are put on trial reluctantly. Everybody in the whole process crying like, oh my God, I have to do this to this person who killed someone. Their actions resulted in a murder. The jury convicts this person. Then the judge reluctantly gives them 5 fucking years. Not 25, not 105, 5. Now, if that ketamine had went on the streets in the form of a drug dealer and this EMT just so happened to be a shade darker than milk, we'd be talking about dozens of years. But for this, taking an entire human life, it's only 5 years. And then after 119 days, which consists of this person appealing what they actually fucking did, the judge has mercy on them, commutes their sentence to 4 years probation, because we don't want, you'll be on probation, and if you happen to kill another human being while injecting ketamine into their fucking system, you'll go back to serve the remainder of your 5 fucking years, minus the 119 for, they credited you back. And justice is served and everybody's happy. Oh, that's right, except for those of us who know and love Elijah McClain. Fuck him, right? His life was only worth 119 days in jail. 119 days in jail. And the same people who will ask, what did Elijah McClain do to be stopped by the police, handcuffed by the police, and have ketamine injected into his system, which is what inevitably killed him, will be the same fucking people that will ask, what did he do? Are the same motherfuckers that will support a motherfucker that was convicted on 34 fucking felonies. But his sentencing is going to happen after the election, because this is the shit y'all proud of. Y'all have the nerve to stand up in the faces of other countries and tell them how great everything here is in America. Maybe we should ask Elijah McClain. We can't. He's dead.
You all remember the death of Elijah McClain in 2019 at the hands of Aurora, Colorado police and paramedics. And do you remember when Peter Tuchuliak, the paramedic that was responsible for the fatal dose of ketamine that Elijah McClain received, was sentenced to 5 years back in March? And I told you all this was not a victory and not to get your hopes up. And people were dancing in the street because one of the officers received 14 months in jail and the other paramedic received 4 years probation. And I told you all not to get your hopes up because this was not a victory. Well, Peter Tuchuliak had his sentence vacated on Friday. You heard me correctly. Peter Tuchuliak, the paramedic that is responsible for the fatal dose of ketamine that Elijah McClain received, who was found guilty of criminal negligent homicide and second-degree assault in the death of Elijah McClain, and sentenced to 5 years earlier this year, has had that sentence vacated after only serving 10 months in prison, and now will spend 4 years on probation. You can't make this up. You cannot make this up. This is why I tell you all, sometimes you all are dancing in the streets way too soon. And you can best believe those other officers are going to see relief in their sentencing also.
Ah, yes, America, where if you brutally kill a man, you could do just a little more than a year in jail if you're a cop. Like, let me ask you honestly, be honest with yourself. Does this young man look intimidating to you? Because this is the least intimidating young man I've ever seen. That young man, Elijah McClain, was only 23 years old, and he was walking on his way home, and he was having some mental health issues, but he had committed absolutely no crime when the cops violently arrested him, and he ended up dead. The name Elijah McClain might sound familiar because we've done a story on it before. We did it on the EMTs that the police called out to administer a sedative to Elijah McClain. cocaine, which they ended up giving him an overdose amount of ketamine. EMTs were also found guilty and are awaiting sentencing, but this officer just got sentenced and it's 14 months in jail and then 4 years of probation. They were all found guilty of criminally negligent homicide, and I can tell you I've been in prison with people who had the same charge, and the one who had the least amount of time to do was 7 years in prison. But I guess the sentencing guidelines are completely different if you happen to be a police officer.
Like, seriously, lovelies, I actually do not know what the world is going or turning into. I don't know what the world is turning into. Like, the kind of injustice, the kind of thing at which people does, and they feel that it is okay to just do whatever you want to do, but all because I have something backing me, I'm just going to get away with it. Things like this, situations like this are the reason why anytime I want to, stitch videos that has to do with, what we do here, I often advise people, like, anything you want to do in this life, especially as someone that looks like me, make sure you stay alive. Like, do everything possible within your power, apart from health-wise, apart from maybe something that is actually out of your control. But if it has to do with, conflict between these people, just make sure you stay alive. Make sure you and your family try all possible means to stay alive, because the way at which these people will handle your case, like, they would do something and get away with it. They would do something and get away with it. It's just a matter of few days, matter of few minutes, few weeks, months, and you are forgotten. And the person that actually did whatsoever to you is living their best life. Like, so I could vividly remember this incident. I think it's sometime early this year, about the incident of this Elijah of a guy. He's someone that, had some medical issues or complications. And this cop decided to inject an overdose stuff that ended up unaliving him. And he was served to go serve a term of 5 years or something, and now it's not even up to a year. He's not up to a year, and he's a free man. He's a free man. This incident actually reminds me of Sonia Massey. When I saw this, it reminds me of Sonia Massey. With all of the things surrounding Sonia Massey, and the last footage of which everyone saw on TikTok, where this man is it's as if he's giving a VIP treatment. And now there's a news that I'm talking about the man that actually pupilled Sonia Massey. And now it's circulating that he had cancer. He has to, undergo some kind of, medical treatment and all of that. Things like this is the reason why it's as if something like this will keep on happening and they will keep on getting away with it. This is an example. This is the reason why these people don't feel any form of remorse. This is the reason why it's as if no matter how they, no matter how people talk, no matter how they want to fight for justice, it's just some months. It just give it 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, and when they see that people are already forgetting, then they release the culprit. This is it. This is it. This is the world we live in. This is the society we live in. Something like this. Do you think that things like this will actually make these people to feel remorse? Like, to be very mindful of what the kind of action they want to take. Things like this will make them, okay, I just have to do whatsoever I feel that is right for me. Yes, I will even spend up to a year and I'm out. This is how it's looking. This is how it is. And it will actually give room for things like this to continue happening. And it will give room to things like this to keep on going on. And like I said, in the next 1 year, the corporate is free and working and living their best life. Then you are the one that is losing because you lose your life. Seriously, you lose your life. That is it. You just need to, you need to really fight to stay alive. You have to fight to stay. That it's so sad that this is how the society has turned. It's so sad that this is how the society has actually turned itself. Like, seriously. Because if there are measures that is taken to prevent things like this not to repeat itself, I don't think that we will still be hearing, the case of Sonia Massey. I don't think. But because, they treat it as, okay, someone that is gone is gone. So there's no need of still keeping this person behind bars. Like, and this will still give room to things like this. Seriously. People really need to be careful. People really need to look, they need to really fight because it has gotten a stage in life that you have to just fight for yourself, because if you don't, nobody's going to do that for you. You will just be forgotten, and that is all. The only people that will always remember you is your family. The society was not even ready to stand by you. Anyway, lovely, when I saw this video, I just felt I'll just go bring it up here. Please leave me your author in the comment section, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.
And if you have watched up to this extent, thank you so much for all the love and support. Why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We're just here for educational and informative purposes. Alright lovely, please share this video, subscribe, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.